waiting and waiting, and no one's coming to tell me anything. So I'm like 20 minutes past, which is almost 25 plus minutes since I arrived, past the time I should have been in. And as I'm getting very frustrated and a bit impatient and thinking I need to do something here, this lady appeared, that's obviously the assistant to the dentist, and she said to me, "Mr. Scanlon, sorry to keep you waiting, it's your turn now." And she ushered me through and so on, and you know, we did the whole drill thing and did what I went to do, and I went home. But I don't know, sometimes things happen that are very ordinary, and it's not the first time they've happened, and it's not unusual. But at certain times, on certain days, ordinary things become extraordinary. And I think it's a little bit what Robert was talking about, I suppose, of kind of living with your head and your spirit on swivel. Noticing things and having your frequency tuned into things that others maybe would not notice, but because you've trained yourself to live in a heightened sense of, or tune into a certain frequency, because God is not broadcasting on every frequency, to find the frequency that seems to be where things often are said or moments are occurring that become unusual because you hear and see something. And that day, that ordinary thing became significant to me, because I realized there's a difference between your time and your turn. Because I was on time, but I wasn't getting a turn. Because I controlled my time, but I didn't control my turn. In fact, I was early. I was ahead of my time. So I was ahead of my time, then I was in my time, but I still was not getting to do what I'd gone to do. And I could hear that others were having a turn, but I wasn't getting my turn. And I say it's something generationally we've struggled with, because I believe it's the job of leaders not just to tell people it's your time. It's our job to create people's turn. It's our job to give people a turn. And I think for generations we have been prophesying, and we've been telling the church, this is your time, and we write songs about this is our time, and we prophesy this is our time, and we preach this is our time, and we all nod and we all agree. But there's many people who, although they believe it's their time, are wondering when they will get a turn. And I think we're good at saying this is our time and explaining the time, but we are often not as good at giving people a turn, because giving people a turn is a different discipline, is a different mindset. It is way more risky and more messy to give people a turn than it is to tell them it's your time. It's like with your children. When you let your children do something for themselves and take a turn, you step back and you watch them doing something you could do way quicker, and so the whole day is delayed.